Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Mihir's trading journey. This is your host Mihir, and it's always great to have you guys here. Guys, first things first, if you've been trading pre-market, hopefully you're profitable. And if you're profitable, hopefully you're not giving those profits back to the market. Hopefully you're keeping those profits in your pockets. That being said, those of you that are waiting for the market here on the New York session, our regular trading session, to trade and waiting for a setup, good luck. Be smart, be patient, take the best setups according to your strategy. And as always, guys, remember, it is a marathon, not a race. You are technically in a race, but you're in a race against yourself, right? You want to see how fast you can become a better version of yourself. There is no rush. You just are trying to pace yourself according to yourself. You're not trying to compete against anyone else. That being said, guys, what do we have in the market? We're trying to see if we have any sort of plays going on in the market. Maybe adjust my mic here real quick. Yeah, okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. Actually, let me check my stream real quick, because sometimes I'm messing around with some settings. But yeah, I mean, it seems like you guys can definitely hear me from what I hear from my stream. That being said, guys, okay, so let's go ahead and see what we got going on in the market. Obviously, as we have opened up here in the regular trading hours on the NYC session, we are actually just, I mean, we just have to open. I mean, we're kind of pushing up, but we're still in the range that we have from the pre-market. In the pre-market, we have the overnight highs at 29,425. Anyone that's listening that doesn't know where the overnight highs are, you can note that down. And then obviously the overnight lows is at 29,016 to be exact. And a couple of good like levels to look at would be 29,320 and 300. We're looking at these two levels because we want to see if the market can actually hold on to these two levels. And if it can, excuse me guys, if it can hold on to these two levels, we can actually see that the market can move up further, right? And then maybe hopefully go for the overnight highs. What? Something's bothering me on my neck, maybe like a piece of hair. Okay. You know, like when you get like a piece of hair falling on your neck and it's just bothering you, it's just so annoying. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so we could possibly move towards the overnight highs if we continue to hold the 300s and 330s. As you can see on the 5-minute, we also have a couple of other levels to look at. Bottom at the bottom here at 29,218, which is basically a cycle level of 20. We can see there is a low, and then the nearest order from there, what am I saying? The nearest liquidity level there is at 200 cycle level, right? So I would say like if we actually move towards the bottom of this previous low, we would probably end up actually pushing to 200. If obviously we are making the move to the downside there. And then obviously we have another level, which is down here at 29,100. Basically, we got some liquidity setting along the way there too. And we have this low there, previously a resistance turn support. And then obviously like the low off overnight or overnight lows. Don't know why I reversed that. Anyways, moving on. We have currently the market pushing towards 29,357. It looks like we do want to go for this previous high here and then possibly break over the overnight highs. We should probably go over what is on Financial Juice to see what we got going on right now in the market. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay, so we do have US CB consumer confidence coming out at 10 o'clock. That's 10 o'clock American Eastern time, guys. If you pull up Financial Juice, you sign up, it's for free. Just use your email. I use my Gmail to sign up, and all you have to do is just create an account real quick. But if you do sign up for Financial Juice, it does take your local time standard, and then it's going to calculate accordingly. So if you probably don't see 10 o'clock if you're like, for example, in the middle, right? Middle America, you probably see Central Time. So we're gonna go ahead and assume that everyone's on the same page here, right? So US consumer confidence at 10 o'clock American Eastern time. You guys can do your math accordingly. That being said, I don't think we have anything else. I mean, 14 o'clock, we got Trump's pre-tape interview. So this is what pre-tape interview basically means is that it's already recorded and then it gets released to the media, right? So 14 o'clock, yes. That's gonna be that's what is that, 2 p.m. So I guess that could affect the market. Market could move in a certain way because of speculation because of that, but I don't know. I'm not too sure. I wouldn't say so. Ooh, excuse me, guys. I should have muted my mic for that. Probably blasted your ears. Hopefully not. Okay, so we are moving upwards. We just broke past the point of control, which is at 29,350, which is a good cycle level, actually. Is it at 350? No, it's about at 350. It's at 358. So it is approximately there, not exactly there. But that's a good level where point of control should be at, and we'll see if we can get the price action to hold above the point of control. Yeah, we easily break the overnight highs probably. Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, the point of control just flipped to 42s, 40s. Why am I so thirsty right now? You guys probably just hear me gulping water right now. But I needed a lot of water there for some reason. Man, I gulped down like almost all the bottle. There's only a little bit left. That's crazy. I don't know what happened. And I was not dehydrated. I can guarantee you guys that. Well, I mean, maybe overnight, but I'm literally one of those people where like first of all, I'm a light sleeper. If I hear like paper moving, I wake up. I'm like those annoyingly light sleepers. And then I'm also like one that gets a lot of like sleep paralysis, very much so, and lucid ones too. So like I literally have like I see like sometimes ghosts in front of me and I can't move. Just I don't know why I'm saying this on you know, online, but but just to explain to you that I wake up pretty frequently in the night, and I drink a lot of water, so doesn't make sense why I'd be so thirsty in the morning as well. I think it's just the weather. The weather is like very weird. It's very dry right now. It's not humid today at all. It's pretty dry. All right, it looks like we kind of want to just move down. 29,320 right now. Okay, we'll see if we can move. Guys, I've been thinking of going live on YouTube Shorts as well, or YouTube Reels, or YouTube Shorts, whatever you want to call it. So like I'll have this stream up and then also like send the stream over to Shorts. I think it could be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, because you know, Reels is where the engagement is at nowadays. People with short lifespan. What am I saying? I'm crazy. I'm on something right now, guys. But people with short attention span, that's what I really meant to say. Nowadays, you know, more people hang out there. It's also like just a quick way to, you know, gaining some knowledge. Like you're scrolling through, you see a live stream you're interested in, you join up for like a few seconds, and then you hear something about, let's say, order block, you learn from that, and then you just move on to the next one. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like not everyone has the time to kind of just engage with the entire content, which is fair enough. But nevertheless, like that's where it's at right now. So I've been thinking of doing that too. You know, because at some point I do want to like see if I can grow my channel further, right? It'd be kind of cool to see like 20 people engaging in the chat a lot of the times, right? That's when streaming becomes really fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still fun for me. I mean, at the end of the day, like this channel was created for me to just record how I trade and then actually just journal down like my trades, basically. Like I didn't have to write down my trades because of this. I did obviously write down my trades. I still do to this day, write down my trade every single day. But the point being that, you know, it's recorded so that way like I can see the nature of my trade. So if I ever take $1,000 loss, for example, we took $1,000 loss last Friday, right? I went back and saw like the video and I saw the nature of those losses. Some losses, like a couple of losses, could have been prevented for sure. But some of the losses that I was saying that I made a mistake on, which I think I did revise at the end of Friday's stream, ended up being that I really couldn't have. So, you know, I was being harsh on myself on some of the trades that I took, that I thought I was taking wrong, but at the same time, I didn't realize a couple of trades that I did take wrong. And then, you know, that's something that I did see from the VOD, right? So the you know, recorded live stream afterwards. So it's always easy for me to go back and actually see the steps that I took to be able to take that trade and evaluate what I did right and wrong. But nevertheless, I do want this channel to continue growing. I want a little bit of a community to you know, support each other and kind of trade together, be in the same boat, be transparent with each other, and just chill, have some good vibe time, listen to some good music, good lo-fi music. We'll see. We'll see. All right, we're kind of chilling in this range. We keep going down and then we keep going back up. Like, are we gonna do something at some point, or are we gonna just chill? Like I want to take this trade off the value area low, take it 50% of the way up. I mean, it already kind of got away from me, but also like I'm not clear to trade, right, by 2 minutes, so I'm not gonna take that trade. There's that 50% retracement on the wick. I would have been out right there. So value area low, which was at 325, and then up into 340s. Yeah, you're the good 15 points. Like I'm out, definitely. But again, if that had happened after 9:45, that would have been beautiful, but it didn't. So it's not so beautiful. All right. Hey, while we wait for a setup, guys, if you want to start your own trading journey, I would suggest not putting your own money into a trading account yet. If you don't have any experience, if you're not confident trading your own money, I would say go with a prop firm. I use Apex. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I wish I was, but you know, Apex is really good. Take Profit is good. My Funded Futures, any like good trading platform that has you know, good reputation in the market, or at least a long reputation. If they have been there for, you know, forever, basically. Apex might not have the best, but they've been there for the longest time. I've had payouts from them, and you know, I still have other people. So that being said, if you do want to trade with Apex, use code SAVE now to get up to 90% off most accounts. That being said, back to trading. I should probably put like a disclaimer kind of titles on my stream as well eventually. I will. My stream's just not big enough to do that right now. But you know, like trading is risky and so on and so forth, because you could be held accountable at some point if you actually don't put that. $29,360, 370. Back up all the way. Let's go. We are clear to trade, guys. It is 9:45, and we have beautifully escaped from that torturous. I don't know where I was going with that. Range. Yes, that's where I was going with that. The torturous range. Okay. Low key. I don't necessarily mind taking a trade right now. Trade like that kind of makes sense to me. See if we can take it up into 400s here. Little bit of momentum to the downside. You could take it to point of control. That's why I got my stop right under the point of control, but I'm looking for at least 1-to-1 here. Obviously we're going to try to go break even whenever we can. There is break even auto triggered. Might get stopped out for break even, but I'd rather have that than take that loss. Let's see if, come on, let's flip this. Kind of trying to flip this green right now. Let's see if we can follow through with it. Previous break of the previous red candle, I'm moving this up to at least 7 points in favor. Okay, well, we got out for break even. Are we going to pull down further? Seems like we're going to pull a little bit more. I mean, sure. Knocked us out for break even, and then went up in our favor. I mean, I like that setup. What can you do? Just got us out for break even. It is what it is. On to the next, right? I mean, it's not a loss at the end of the day, so it's always fun to not have a loss. There it is. Went right to 400. That was our target. You guys saw. I wasn't asking for much. I was asking for 396 if I remember correctly. You guys can go back and see exactly what, but something around there, less than 400 actually. But that would have been a solid trade if we had not been knocked out for break even. Now, there's never a universe where I don't go break even unless like I'm being stupid and greedy. But I mean, I guess there is a universe then where I would, but you know what I mean. There's no universe where I don't break my rules and not go break even. There's rare case scenarios that I could do that possibly. There are some very rare scenarios where the auto break even triggers and I would still pull the stop down again, but that's not often. Okay, are we gonna pull back down? That wick test could have been really interesting too. I'm just a little bit scared of taking an aggressive move like that. Value area low, or sorry, value area high still looks pretty nice if we actually bounce off of it, but I'm not going to take the first dip right there. I'm going to wait. All right, 950 right now. 10 minutes before the news comes out. Order block on the 1 minute. 3 minute wick test waiting at 29,363. If we can get a pullback to that, Sorry, not 60. Yeah, 63, 64 ish. We can actually pull back to that. That would be nice. I'd be willing to take a trade like that. Are we not going to get filled? I was about to say, like, if we're not going to get filled, that would have pissed me off, honestly. That one would have pissed me off, honestly, like, genuinely speaking. Auto break even enabled, guys. Got stopped out for auto break even. I think we got some more room to the downside anyways at this point. Okay, well. Not so much now. Okay, I'd be willing to take that. I re-enter on that trade if we do get back down again, but I'm not sure if we do. I'm not gonna like pull the entry up though. All right, I think that trade just got away from us at this point. I think we'd be chasing trades right now if we continue to hold this. Or sorry, not hold this up. Push this upwards, right? Yeah. It's all right. On to the next, guys. I'm just not even going to worry. I'm not going to sweat it. We get one break even. We get two break evens. We maybe occur one loss. And then it just takes that one trade to be won and to bring everything back, right? Again. We've had two break-even trades, a break-even trade so far with $27 up in our account, including commissions across all our accounts. I mean, even if we clock out with that, we are still up $100 on the day, guys. Come on, that's like, that's half your day's worth of salary for most common jobs, right? So most everyday jobs, and unless you're like an engineer or something. I mean, you know what I'm saying, like. Someone making $40,000, $48,000 a year. We've just literally made half of their day's salary by going break even twice on a trade. Like, I mean, it's just, you know, like, just be grateful for every move you take and every move you get away with without losing. Honestly, that's just, you just got to be humble when you're trading. It is what it is. I know it's easier said than done, and I've definitely made mistakes myself. You guys have seen it on live streams repeatedly. Friday is a good example, but you know, overall, you're just trying to be better in the market, right? You're a human being at the end of the day. You're not a robot, but because you're gonna have feelings, you're gonna go back on your own words. You're gonna be a hypocrite sometimes. You're gonna be, I don't want to get a whole philosophical here, but yeah, I mean, all you're trying to do is like. Trying to figure out a way to navigate the markets and become the better of yourself, become a more, you could say, almost robotic version of yourself in the market. You got to become your own algorithm in the market, right? So what's the best way to do that? Go and break even whenever you can. That's one way to do it. Takes away a lot of your emotions. The only emotions at that point you have to fight is the urge to jump back into a trade that you've been knocked out for break even. And some of those urges could be really, really good. I mean, they could hint to a good trade. For example, I did want to get back into the trade that I got knocked out from there. And it did go in our favor. When I didn't quite fill us in again, but it did go in our favor. It did jump back up. So sometimes it does work out. Sometimes it doesn't. We pick and choose our poisons. Or cures, right? I mean, I don't know where I was going with that analogy, but you know what I mean, I think. You know, I gotta start making a soundboard. It'd be fun to have like a whole soundboard going on whenever I say something stupid, philosophical. All right, we rotated all the way down. I guess we didn't want to break through the overnight highs. I guess. Whatever. Are we gonna break through the lows today? The opening market lows? A bounce off the market open could be an interesting place as well here. 300 psych level 2. I don't know if I want to be the first one to jump in here. There is a possible stop loss area as well. Oh, did not want to take it from there. All right, let's see if we can get into this trade, guys. I'm thinking like off the 90s kind of makes sense. Stop loss right below the 277, basically the VWAP. I take it a little bit lower actually, something like that. And then profit target up into like the 13s, 15s maybe. Could be asking a little too much, but we'll see once we get in, right? I mean, currently we're bouncing off of our profit target, which is ever so slightly annoying. All right. Can we deteriorate a little bit down so you can get me into the trade? Market. Oh, market is pausing. We are close to the VWAP. We're trading very close to the VWAP if we get filled in. Guess we don't get filled in. Hey, guess what? Our first entry point, whatever it was, area where we said we could possibly take the long. I guess that was better than the one that we pulled it down to. But I wanted to be a little bit more conservative and have a proper stop loss area, right? I mean, I'm still gonna follow through with this trade if we do continue to keep this red. It flips green, goes up to value area low again. At that point, I'm looking for a different trade. But right now, this trade's still kind of in play. Because pattern-wise, if we go down, we could pull right back up with that 1 minute pattern. It's possible. This could turn into a 300 bounce, but I want to get a little bit of leeway. That's why I went for 290s. All right, we're close to getting filled. Hopefully we do. I think we probably get filled. Yeah, there it is. Can we get the pull above the 300s, or are we going to continue to deteriorate downwards and stop loss ourselves out? Let's see. I think we get auto break even at least here, right? That would kind of make sense. I don't think all of a sudden more seller volume jumps in. We are overextended on the 5, not necessarily overextended, but we're matching the same length of the candle previously on the 5 minutes, right? That usually isn't a very, very strong thing for the sellers, right? Because as much as you think that you want one side of the market to, okay, we're gonna go at least 10 points there in our favor. All right, give us that profit. Come on. Is it gonna stop us out for our base hit there? I mean, at least we're grabbing out our base hit, right, of 10 points. That's always the goal, guys. We first want to worry about our base hits. Value area low kind of makes sense there, by the way. Touches the value area low, we're out. I could flip actually. Actually, I don't mind a 22 push there. I mean, if we get stopped out, we get stopped out for a base hit. I don't mind that 22 push. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Maybe I asked a little bit too much. But there we go, guys. Quick base hit. On to the next, right? Every time we win, we should have like a soundboard for cheers. Every time we lose, we should have a sound like wah wah wah. As what is life if you don't enjoy every moment, including making your sad moments funny? All right, we got down to the VWAP. We got below 300s, got to the VWAP. It's possible that we continue to move downwards, honestly. Bounce to the VWAP. I'm not sure. Liquidity further down at 29,200. You guys can see on the 5-minute chart here on the left side, guys. Spike of liquidity there. How many contracts is this? I hate when Motor Wave does that. When you're hovering over those, it moves your mouse. 57. 57 contract. It's not like anything crazy. 57 contracts are not crazy. I think it's the biggest patch in the entire chart so far. Oh. So yeah. What else do you want me to say? Moving down past the VWAP. See, this is why I never trust the VWAP as a proper support level. And I don't really trade off the VWAP because of that same reason. I'd rather trade any other level, even if it's near the VWAP, rather than trading the VWAP itself. I think VWAPs are ridiculous. They used to at some point work as support and resistance, but I actually never thought so, right? I personally, like, whenever I made strategies off of VWAPs, even, you know, back in the days when you would make your own strategies, come up with this and that, and the confluences. I used to always use VWAP as like almost gravitational bands. If you kind of think about like how we use gravity to move satellites, you know how we launch satellites and then we use gravitational tug from, like, you know, other planets or other satellites, for example, from the moon. To kind of like slingshot the spacecraft even further. I would think like VWAP kind of like that, right? Like if we're approaching aggressively towards the VWAP on the short side, you would kind of think, what, like the way I think of it is like it probably gets like gravity tugged even further down, right? And then we probably get a whiplash afterwards, right? Like a ricochet effect afterwards. So that's why I don't use VWAP as a support or resistance. I think it's pretty ridiculous to use it as support and resistance. Some people can do it. I don't know how they do it, but that's, I don't know. I don't understand it. I've never been able to successfully do it. I think it's not that great. I've shown it multiple times on stream how much you can get wrecked. I guess, I mean, in grand scheme of things, if you're a scalper, things can work out. But like, I mean, look at this 5-minute candle, for example, right? It's right through the 5 minutes. We don't see it like stopping at the 5 minutes and bouncing at all. We went right through it. We might see some ricocheting going on like back up towards the VWAP maybe at this point. But if you were trying to take long off the VWAP through the 5-minute chart, you're screwed. Like you probably got stopped out, right? If you, I mean, depending on how you have your stops too, but you know, if you have like conservative stop, you would have definitely been stopped out. All right, rejection off the 29,290s kind of look nice, right above the VWAP, right? Not off the VWAP, but above. 290s or 300s, they look kind of nice for rejection to the downside. We'll see what happens though. If we do pull back into that area, it's possible that we go back up into the range. So we just have to be evaluating what the strength is as we pull back up above the VWAP there. I'm interested in that. Like, I mean, that's an order block too on the 3 minutes, right? So we got the order block on 3 minutes, the wick test on the 5 minutes. Looks pretty good, pretty solid to take a short off of if we do push that. I mean, just to be conservative, we could go a little bit above the 90s, maybe like 93 kind of makes sense, maybe. What would be a good stop loss area? Yeah, 93, 94 kind of makes sense. So if we do something like this kind of makes sense because you can put stop loss right above the previous high like that. And then we can see if we can bring this back down. I would probably not target too much to the downside. Maybe 77 kind of makes sense. If we get back up there, we might not. I don't know if we get up there, guys, at this point, honestly. It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I don't know if we get that, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it off right now. If we get back up there, we can look for taking it again. But I think we just continue to deteriorate downwards, right? We probably are trying to target the 29,200s at this point because sellers have taken over the market, at least for the short period of time. We'll see. I mean, they have slowed down significantly compared to before. I don't know. So the buyers could step in at some point, but let's see. We'll see. Like, I can't predict it properly right now. There's no point in putting the order up right now. It's too far. All right, we're getting that pullback upwards, honestly. Low-key kind of still interested in that area. think 90 kind of hits here. Yeah, 90, 90, 92. Something like that. Stop loss, right? Stop loss above the value area low. Target down into like 74s. This kind of makes sense. I mean, if we get it, but if we already started reversing, that's just something I can't do anything about that, right? Yeah, that area is interesting to me at 29,000 at 290. Oh, it took forever for me to announce. It's always the case, guys. That always gets peace. I was gonna say, like, it's always the case where it either bounces off of my stop or bounces off of my profit target. What can I say? I just pick really good profit targets, right? Does that mean I pick really good profit targets and really bad stops? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point, guys. Talking out of boredom. At the moment, this market's not going anywhere. And yawning keeps coming. Hey, good rejection off of my profit target again. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna keep this off. We'll figure it out later. I'm gonna take the order off for now. I mean, it kept rejecting my profit target. I mean, my entry point is targeting 90, 50. Never got up there. Just kept rejecting my profit target. I mean, I guess that's better than rejecting my stop loss, right? And getting me out for loss. I don't know. I'm just gonna take that off. Guys, we are 230 bucks up on the day. On each of our accounts. Each of our 5 accounts. About $1,000 up on the day. I mean, listen. I mean, more than happy to take that and run today. Right? All right, we are officially making / breaking another low on the day. Yeah, we probably try to move into 29,200s at some point here because we got the biggest liquidity sitting there. I don't know what for. I don't mind the short off of the 50s, I'm not gonna lie. $50, $55s. Shorting doesn't seem terrible here. Okay, got myself into it. Idea is that we take the cycle level of 50, kind of push above it a little bit, and then get completely stopped out. I was gonna just explain what my thinking process was there. I think we continue downwards. It's just one of those trades. Can't do anything about that. On to the next. Starts going in our favor after taking us out for our stop loss. Guys, come on now. What is this? What is this? Huh? Is it a joke? No, it's all about patience, guys. We're gonna take a little bit more time. Think about the next trade. I think that was a good call for a trade. It's just that it dug in more than I thought. I gave it more than it was supposed to, right? I was gonna take a short off the 50s, right? That was gonna be my entry point. Took it off of 60s instead, but it still knocked us out by pushing all the way to 70s. Like, you can't predict those things, right? It's just, it is what it is. I think overall, yes. I mean, when you look at it hindsight, right? You can always look at things hindsight and make a better deal out of it. But I think yeah, the better entry point technically you could say was around 70s, because you could put the stop above the 86. But at that point also, I'm thinking that if it goes up that much, it probably turns into a bull play. But again, like, you know, yeah, hindsight, you can make things look better. But I think that was a perfect example of sometimes you take a trade and you think, right, it goes in your favor, but it stops you out first before going in your favor. It is what it is. Sometimes you just eat that loss. I mean, listen, it is what it is. I honestly, like, yeah, don't beat yourself up with a trade like that. Right. I mean, I had a pretty determined risk to reward ratio. You know, like I was going to take only a certain amount of loss. Only gave away the 200 something dollars that I had. A little more than that because we're down 40 as well. It's about $270 back to the market. It is what it is. 270, basically break even. I mean, we knew what we were doing. And it worked in our favor. Listen, if we took that short off to 50 exact, and let's say it didn't, or sorry, when we actually did take it, which was 60, was it 60 that we took that short from? Now I'm a little confused. Where did we take it from? Okay, here we go. Take the short off of 58. That's where we took it off of. So we took the short off of 58. So basically 60, right? I mean, if we did take it off of there and then it went all the way down to 33, I mean, come on, like that was a pretty solid call. That's 17 points of movement that we called out, and it only went 10 points against us, really. Maximum 12 points, even if we consider 58, because it went all the way up to 70 at most, right? So I mean we called out a pretty solid trade. We just wouldn't put our stop loss up there ever. Anyways, on to the next, right? We're flipping back upwards right now. We're trying to, at least. Ooh, point of control flip downwards. This could be interesting. This could be really interesting. Still got that 200 liquidity sitting down there. Someone's really trying to bring the market down there. $60 contracts sitting down there. What are you doing, my man? At least put a little bit more contracts down there. They're putting just enough so the market actually moves in their direction, because market will always have like about 50 contracts, right? And it's not gonna need to move much upwards to come back down, right? If they put like 200 contracts, the market will probably move upwards a little bit first, a little bit more than they would want, and then come back down to grab their contracts. They don't want that happening. They want the market to actually go down right now. That's basically what I'm collecting from what I'm seeing, right? Point of control entry looks nice, honestly. Yeah, skip on it a little bit, right? I want to see like if we can push the point of control a little bit more. Maybe not. Point of control entry like that does kind of make sense. Stop loss above the highs like that. If we get in, if we don't get in, we're looking for a different trade, right? Why is the market so boring right now? It's only 10:02. Why is it so boring? Like, come on, market, you're behaving like it's like 11:30. Come on, just chill. Actually, don't chill. Pretty boring. Pretty boring. What's more boring is I'm talking to myself because there's no one on stream. I mean, I've had people come in and out. I've seen like, at some point there was like 4 viewers watching together. Which welcome to the channel. It's a little too late to say that now, but listen, hey, if you're listening to this in the future, thank you for joining in. Actually, genuinely speaking, thank you for the support. Whether that's views, likes, or subscription, it's your method of supporting the channel, and I appreciate it, every bit of it. All right, we're finally getting a move to the downside. I had 29,300 or 232. I don't know why sometimes I get dyslexia somehow. Listen, all of that is part of the same trade that we took, right? Again, it's just a trade. I mean, you're gonna take it and you can't regret it. I mean, listen, we took that trade. See how it never actually went back up for our stop again, ever, period, nada, zil. Look, we took the short off the 58, like we said, right? And it was on this candle where it had spiked back upwards, but it never even on this candle hit our stop loss again. Just saying. Never. Ever. 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 Never, ever, ever. Never for never, ever. Never, ever, ever, never, ever, for never, ever, never. Never, ever, 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 ever. Okay. He's still going to be pulling up a little bit more. I feel like I could get better lighting for my stream. I mean, I know I do, but right now I'm just working with this some very, very washed lighting. Terrible lighting. You just bear with me, guys. It's early on budget for live streaming. Yeah. Because I've had payouts from, like, many payouts from these prop firms, but I'm not rich by any means, guys. Just letting you know, I'm not rich, not yet. That's the target. That is the target. Right now, just trying to maintain my business. Right, any money that I make just goes back into the business. You know, it's not as easy as people make it to be. I mean, you know, we don't always necessarily even break even on the business. Like, it's not necessarily, you know, you have to look at all the operational costs with the staffs and payroll, and also just everything else in the business, right? Like, so it's just, you know, even if you're in profits, you're giving that back into the business. All right. Yeah, I was just mentioning that because you know, it's just a lot of people think that you are rich as soon as, you know, you start taking payouts from prop firms. No, I mean, not necessarily. It depends on what you're doing, right? I mean, yeah, you could be. I mean, you could be making a decent amount of money if you're not like putting that back into something, but you know, it's not the case here. Okay, this is terrible movement. What is happening? What is genuinely happening? It's just a boring movement, guys. I don't know what we're doing. Nothing on financial juice either. I mean, are we just speculating from Trump's pre-interview tape or something? Like, what? Why is 10:30 in the market of Nasdaq behaving like it's 12 in the lunch hour? Does that mean we get some more juice later on? I mean, come on. What is happening? Whoa! you guys see that? You guys caught that? That's what we were waiting for? Why? What are we even doing? What are we even doing? Do like the sell there though. Trying to track 50% retracement on that wick. Hell yeah. Gonna increase a little bit of tolerance on the stop loss because I'm trying to track that 50% retracement on that wick. I'm taking that trade, brother. I'm not trying to get knocked out for this trade. I mean, if we get knocked out, we get knocked out, but where do I put my stop loss properly? I mean, above the, I was going to say above the value area low kind of makes sense, but we got stopped out there, right? I think this moves down though. We try to get that wick in. That's ridiculous. That was insane. What was that? What was that? That was crazy. That was indeed crazy. All right, I'm gonna honestly call it here. Listen, I mean, we're down another 500 something bucks on the day. We are getting dangerously close to blowing up these accounts. It's not the point of the series. The point of the series is get to payouts, right? Currently, let me just update you guys on the balance because again, idea of the series is to be as transparent as possible. Okay, so you guys know, and obviously these live streams are not going to go down. You know, you'll see me like even when I was trying to take that short right there. That's still going to be up. I mean, I actually genuinely like that short. You guys already know I do the 50% wick retracement. Maybe I did it a little bit too early. Again, like you can make anything sound really good in hindsight or really bad in hindsight. At the time, I felt like, yes, it would retrace 50% immediately. You guys also saw the reaction of that wick. It did move in our direction for a little bit. Not too much, but it did. Right. But we're getting dangerously close to blowing up our accounts, so we got to be very, very careful now going forward. Now we are down $555 on the day, with $19.90 coming up in commissions. We are down $574.90 in the day on each of our accounts. That is approximately $2,500 down. Total $2,700 to $2,900 down on the day in total across all accounts. Am I doing my math wrong? I think I am. $2,700 about, right? Down on the day basically, bringing our account balance down to $48,361.22, 32 cents actually. So our stop is basically going to be, if we get down to if we get down on 300 bucks, we're actually gonna permanently lose these accounts. So we got to be careful. I mean, again, I'm not scared. I mean, if we're gonna lose these accounts, we'll lose these accounts. It's just we got to play it smart, right? We got to try not to lose these accounts because that's the idea. I just want to check real quick something here. Yeah. So that's what I was sharing. So sorry, guys. By the way, I just left you with no. Actually, guys, I really like this long here. I actually kind of want to take this long, and I know it's a very safe long actually. If we actually pull back down a little bit though, because I think I like this long up into point of control. Honestly, I think it's a very safe long. Auto break even enabled. Let's see if we can push this. Looking for a point of control push here with momentum. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit so I don't get that slippage on that you know, break even. I like it. I like the point of control push here. We're looking like we're building up the buyers to go even further up. That's just honestly like we get stopped out. We get stopped out for a tick and then it goes in our favor. That would be us. It's gonna do that, isn't it? Yeah. It's gonna go up in our favor. Watch. It's going up. It's gonna go up. It's going up. It's literally going up. It's literally going up. All right, I'm not gonna re-enter that though, guys. I tried to get in there. It's gonna go up. I think it hits point of control and then even past it. I think we probably take it up to us, back up to the VWAP rate, which is at 71. What can you do? I mean, literally, it's at point of control now. That being said, guys, again, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. You guys know what the balance is. I mean, including with that, I guess with that trade, the updated balance now is 48,392. What I was looking for, and I told you guys that I left you guys hanging when I was looking at it, is if we were actually up in profits any single day after we started the series, and we weren't. The reason why I was looking for that is because then your minimum balance would actually move up, right? Our minimum balance actually never moved up, so we have a total, we did have, at all times, we had a total of $2,000 to lose in our account. So which means, when I say that our balance is at 48,392 and we actually close out our day today like that, we are going to see that it's going to get like we will have $392 to work with tomorrow, basically, when we get into the market, right? And we're going to try to take the best of the best setups. Again, guys, if we lose it, we lose it. It's just not been our week to start off with. And I'm not mad, you know, like, yes, we've made mistakes a couple of times, but you're always gonna make mistakes. You can't beat yourself up with that. But most of the time, if you're taking trades with proper risk management, you're fine in the longer run. You'll blow up a few accounts, but you'll get right back up and continue from there. But we'll see. What we'll try to actually, the goal is to continue managing these accounts and then continue to bring them up, right? And then once we get to 52,000 something. And then we can start taking payouts after that, right? So again, that's the whole idea. By the way, guys, we called it what is this? Like, come on, man. And we really called it, didn't we? We called it properly. It's pretty safe too, actually. Like I said, right? Because I longed off of, what was it? What do I keep forgetting? Right, where did I long off of? 28. You guys can see it never hit 28 again. So I stopped myself out for a little bit more than break even. That's basically what it was, right? I mean, what can you do? It is what it is. I just didn't want that slippage if we did get, you know, at this point, like when you have only like $300 something left in your account, the idea is if you get slippage on your break even, you're going to lose like 10, 20 bucks for no reason. So that's why I pulled it up a little bit more. So even if we get a slippage on our offset of the break even, we still would technically gain $5, right? Or you know, and these go zero to the dot, and not lose anything in commissions. That was the idea there, and that's the only reason I moved it up. And I guess it just didn't work in our favor. You know, You pick and choose your battles and you poison, right? Whatever that analogy means. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I am not mad at today's performance. It is what it is. Market was moving hella slow, it's moving hella weird. We had that snappy movement. What can you do, guys, right? All you can do is take the best setups. And we might have not taken 10 out of 10 setups, but I definitely think we took at least 7 out of 10 setups most of the time, right? But guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, if you're going to continue trading in the market, the day is still young. It is still technically 1041, being down $520 in the first hour or so. Could have definitely, in that sense, I could have definitely worked on those numbers a little bit more today. But that being said, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck, be smart, be patient, take the best setups according to your strategy, stay green, and until then, GG's and peace out, guys.